Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about 11th chapter 3-dimensional geometry. From the chapter, total 11 marks will appear for the annual examinations. Means one question for 1 mark, one question for 2 mark, one question for 3 mark, one question for 5 mark, total 11 marks. In first PUC, we have studied about introduction part of three-dimensional geometry, and we have seen derivations of distance formula, section formula. Today I am going to explain briefly introduction part and then go to second PUC syllabus. Introduction part, three-dimensional geometry. It is nothing but a three-dimensional coordinate system. Three-dimensional coordinate system. A rectangular coordinate system, or three-dimensional space. Three-dimensional space. 2D means it is defined plane, defined on a plane. 2D plane, this board is a surface. Three-dimensional space means entire, this is space. Three-dimensional space. Let us consider three lines which are mutually perpendicular to each other. The horizontal line I am taking, vertical line. Next line this is one line. You cannot draw like this, therefore I am drawing this line. This is another line. Three lines mutually perpendicular to each other. Three lines intersect at point O. Let us take this is XO X dash line. This is YO Y dash line. This is ZO Z dash line. This is XO X dash is perpendicular to YO Y dash. YO Y dash is perpendicular to ZO Z dash. ZO Z dash is perpendicular to XO X dash. This means three lines are mutually perpendicular to each other. A line XO X dash or X dash YX. This is called X axis. Y dash OY. This line is called Y axis. And the line Z dash was Z, or Z was Z dash, is called Z axis. And the point of intersection of three lines, this O is called the origin. It's called the origin. Clearly, three axes are mutually perpendicular to each other. You know that. Now I am taking a positive X axis, positive Y axis, positive Z axis. X axis, Y axis, Z axis. O is the origin. This is X axis, positive X axis, positive Y axis, positive Z axis. Correct. This, it divides here, space divides into three planes here. Clearly means here, three planes are mutually perpendicular to each other. Mind it here. This is plane, one plane. This is another plane. Plane means surface, bottom one plane. Three planes are mutually perpendicular to each other. Here, this XOY plane, this is one surface, this is bottom surface. XOY plane, this is called XY plane. This is one surface. This YOZ plane, this is called YZ plane. This is ZYX plane, this is surface. ZOX plane, this is called ZX plane. ZX plane. Got it? This is XY plane, this is YYZ plane. Consider this is ZYX plane. Correct. Called as this is XY plane, this is YZ plane, this is ZX plane. Three planes are mutually perpendicular to each other. These three planes are called as coordinate planes, or three coordinate planes. 3 coordinate planes. You take any point in space, three-dimensional space, can be represented by ordered triplet of real numbers. Say x comma y comma z. Here x is called first element, x coordinate. Y is called y coordinate. Z is called z coordinate. Here I am taking one point P of x comma y comma z in space. My x-axis I am taking P point here. Here bottom surface consider xy plane here. I am drawing on the perpendicular line from the point P to the xy plane here like this. Here P point to the xy plane I am drawing. Marked as point M. And draw a line means perpendicular line from the point M to the your x-axis. Marked as point E. Correct. Clearly, on x-axis, OA equal to x coordinate, this is x. And clearly here AM is parallel to y-axis. Here AM like this. AM is parallel to y-axis. AM equal to y coordinate. And PM like this. PM is parallel to z-axis. PM equal to z coordinate. Right. How to represent coordinates in space like this? Mind it. So now I am going to second PU syllabus. Mind it, in second PUC you are going to study direction, cosines and direction ratios of a line, and direction, cosine and direction ratios of a line joining 2 points. Next, equations of a line and plane in space, angle between 2 lines, angle between a line and a plane, and distance means shortest distance between 2 skew lines. Very interesting chapter. Today we are going to discuss about direction, cosine, direction ratios of a line and joining 2 points. First, direction, cosines of a line. Consider positive x-axis, positive y-axis, positive z-axis, 3D. O is the origin. X-axis, y-axis, z-axis. I am taking one point here. One point, P point. P point. Join OP. OP line this is. See this pen, this consider this positive x-axis, this is positive y-axis, positive z-axis. Here OP like this in space, OP line here, OP line. Let us take angle between positive x-axis and OP line, let us take alpha. Here positive x-axis this is, let us take this angle is alpha. And positive y-axis and line here OP this line, let us take beta. And positive z-axis and line OP, let us take this angle gamma. Here alpha is the angle made by the line OP with positive x-axis, beta is the angle made by the line OP with positive y-axis, gamma is the angle made by the line OP with positive z-axis. Then here we say that alpha, beta, gamma are the angles with positive directions of x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Then here alpha, beta, gamma and gamma are called direction angles. direction angles, very important. Then cosine of these angles, cosine means cos function of these three angles is nothing but a direction cosines of a line. Means that is cosine of alpha means cos alpha, cosine of beta means cos beta, cosine of gamma means cos gamma, are called direction cosines of a line. A line means this is OP line. Got it? Alpha, beta, gamma are called direction angles. Then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called direction cosines of a line. They are denoted by L, M, N. That means L equal to cos alpha, M equal to cos beta, N equal to cos gamma. N equal to cos gamma. Very important. Alpha, beta, gamma are the angles with positive direction of x, y and z axis. Then alpha, beta, gamma are called direction angles. Then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called direction cosines. They are denoted by L, M, N. That is L equal to cos alpha, M equal to cos beta, N equal to cos gamma. Clearly, direction cosines of any line are unique, not two, unique, very important one. And one condition, L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. What about L means L, M, N are the direction cosines of a line. L, M, N are the direction cosines of a line. Are you following? Then L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. It is there in vectors also. I am going to prove after direction ratios. I am going to prove this condition. Mind it. Very important condition, and also you will see in vectors chapter. Got it. So next studying direction ratios of a line. Direction ratios here. We are denoting direction cosines by LMN. Here we say that LMN are the direction cosines. Suppose you take A, B, C or any three numbers. L, M, N. L, M, N are the direction cosines. What is the definition of direction ratios? Means any three numbers which are proportional to the direction cosines of a line are called direction ratios of a line. Suppose here A, B, C are the any three numbers. Here LMN are the direction cosines. Proportional means here A by L which is equal to B by M which is equal to C by N. First one by first one which is equal to second by second which is equal to third by third. Means here we say that here A, B, C are proportional to the direction cosines LMN. Got it. Then here we say that A, B, C are the direction ratios. A, B, C are the direction ratios of a line. Very important. Or you can write alternatively L by A which is equal to M by B which is equal to N by C. Very, very important. Either you can take first one or second one, both are correct. So here three numbers A, B, C are proportional to the direction cosines L, M, N. Then what we call means here A, B, C are called the direction ratios. So now I am going to prove this condition. L square plus M square plus N square which is equal to 1. Yes. Next is relation between the direction cosines of a line. Consider 3D. X-axis, y-axis, z-axis, point 2. At point 2. Let us P is a point in space. P of x comma y comma z in space. Join OP. Join OP. Correct. Now, for easy one I am taking on y-axis we can easily understand. Draw perpendicular line from P onto y-axis. Marked as point here some M. Correct. So let us take this angle between OP line and your y-axis. Let us take this angle beta. What about OM on y-axis? OM equal to your y coordinate y. Let us take your OP equal to R. Or follow. Let us take OP equal to distance. That's it. OP equal to R. And OM equal to y coordinate value y. Let us take this angle beta. Correct. Let I am taking P of x comma y comma z be a point in space. In space. Let us take OP equal to R. Let us take OP equal to R. So here, first I am going to find OP distance. You can easily understand. At O, what about means 3 coordinates are 0. 0 comma 0 comma 0. Here O 0 comma 0 comma 0. Clearly it is the origin. O is the origin. First I am going to define distance, OP distance, that's it. By using distance formula, OP equal to square root of distance formula. Here xy, here x2 minus x1 whole square. Here means x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square plus z minus 0 whole square. Here OP equal to radius square root of x minus 0 x square plus y minus 0 y square plus z minus 0 z square. Correct. Squaring on both sides. LHS whole square r square. RHS whole square, square gets cancelled. We get x square plus y square plus z square. R square equal to x square plus y square plus z square. This is. Now I am going to the triangle. Mind it. Here beta is the angle between y-axis and the line OP. Mind it. Here from triangle OPM direct line. From triangle OPM, cos beta I am defining. Cos beta. Cos beta equal to what here? Beta is opposite side. This is adjacent side. Right angle opposite side. This is hypotenuse. Cos beta equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Directly I am substituting values. Here adjacent value y, hypotenuse value r. Y by r. Y by r. Correct. So generally we denote direction cosines. Cos alpha by L, cos beta by M, cos gamma by N. L equal to cos alpha, M equal to cos beta, N equal to cos gamma. Here cos beta, this is M here. M equal to y by R. Correct. See, mind it. Here just a drawn here perpendicular line from the point P onto y-axis. We get cos beta value. This is y by R. Similarly, if you draw perpendiculars from point P on x-axis onto z-axis, here cos beta what we get means cos beta, which is equal to your y coordinate divided by your hypotenuse r. When you draw perpendicular from point P to the y-axis, point P to the y-axis, then cos beta equal to we get y coordinate y by hypotenuse r. Similarly, if you draw perpendicular from P point to the x-axis, you can draw like this. Your x-axis, your P is a point, you can draw x-axis. Directly I am writing. Similarly, draw perpendicular lines from point P on to x-axis and z-axis. Then you can write directly, observe here. Then we can write directly from point P to the x-axis. Let us take angle between OP and x-axis alpha like this. Directly I am taking cos alpha. This is equal to x coordinate divided by hypotenuse. X coordinate divided by hypotenuse is are following. If you draw a P point, perpendicular line, angle is alpha. We get cos alpha equal to x coordinate divided by hypotenuse, x by r. And cos gamma, here from the point P onto the z-axis, just rough on here. Z-axis, this angle gamma. Here what about this? Suppose this is n, means here y equal to z coordinate. Cos gamma equal to here adjacent by z by here hypotenuse is r. Cos gamma I adjacent by hypotenuse z by r. Similarly, you can write. This derivation will not ask in any examination. For understanding how to prove that condition, time being I am proving this, that's it. Just you can understand here. Cos gamma equal to z by r. Here cos alpha denoting by L. L equal to x by r. And cos gamma by n. N equal to z by r. Right. So now I am taking L square plus m square plus n square. Substitute the values here. Consider L square plus m square plus n square. Substitute L value x by r. This is L value x by r whole square plus m equal to, here m equal to y by r whole square plus n equal to z by r whole square. X by r whole square can be written as x square by r square. This can be written as y square by r square. Z by r whole square can be written as z square by r square. Clearly r square is the LCM. Get x square plus y square plus z square. Here x square plus y square plus z square equal to what? R square here. This is r square by r square. Cancels 1. L square plus m square plus n square equal to 1. Find it. How to prove this is? Like this. L square plus m square plus n square equal to 1. Here L equal to cos alpha means cos square alpha, m equal to cos beta means plus cos square beta, n equal to cos gamma means plus cos square gamma, which is equal to 1. Very important condition. This is the relation between direction cosines L, m, n. L square plus m square plus n square, which is equal to 1, or cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, which is equal to 1. Derivation will not ask in any examination. Just to understand how to define your cos beta. Similarly, cos alpha, cos gamma. That's it. Mind it. So next heading I am taking direction cosines of a line passing through 2 points. Direction cosines of a line passing through 2 points. Here also I am going to prove this, but derivation won't ask. Mind it. X-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Y is the origin. Here direction cosines of a line segment passing through 2 points. That I am taking here. Let P of x1 comma y1 comma z1 and q of I'm taking x2 comma y2 comma z2. Here I am taking 2 points here. On P point here I am taking P point. Here I am taking Q point. Q point. Let take P point coordinates x1 comma y1 comma z1. x1 comma y1 comma z1. Q point coordinates x2 comma y2 comma z2. Taken 2 points in space. From these 2 points, draw perpendicular lines to the xy plane. This is xy plane here. I am drawing here P point to the xy plane, Q point to the xy plane. Here join PQ. This is a line segment joining P and Q. Now I am drawing from the point P to the xy plane. From point P to the xy plane, this is xy plane. Point Q to the xy plane. Mark it as point R. This is S. P point, this is xy plane. Similarly, from point P, draw perpendicular line to this QS. So mark it as point M. What it is. So clearly, here clearly what about this distance? We can say directly it is parallel to z-axis, means this is equal to what means clearly. This is Z1. Clearly this is Z2. Sorry, this is Z up to year. This is Z1 time being. This is time being Z1. This is Z2. This is Z1 means this is also Z1. Z1. Then what about this distance? A total Z2 minus Z1. This is total distance minus a Z1 distance. We get here QM distance. This is Z2 minus Z1. Time being you can understand. Because these two lines parallel to Z-axis. This is Z1. This here Z2 here means total QS equal to Z2. Total QS equal to Z2. I am going to find this QM distance. A total here Z2 minus Z1. We get Z2 minus Z1. QM distance. Correct. So let us take this angle here, gamma I am taking. See here, how means gamma, mind it. I am going to find direction cosines of line segment here, passing through 2 points here, P and Q. Suppose this angle is gamma. This angle is gamma. This is also gamma because alternate angles like this. Alternate angles. This is gamma. This is also gamma. Means alternate angles. Correct. Time being you can understand. Now directly I am defining here in this triangle cos gamma. Cos gamma, mind it here. From triangle PMQ. From triangle PMQ, in this triangle angle Q, like PQM, angle PQM equal to gamma. PQM here, this angle Q equal to gamma. Gamma opposite side is PM. Gamma adjacent side, this is gamma adjacent side. Right angle opposite, this is hypotenuse. Correct. I am defining cos gamma. Cos gamma equal to what means here? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent here Z2 minus Z1 divided by hypotenuse is here PQ distance here. Adjacent here QM you can take. Cos gamma which is equal to QM adjacent by opposite. QM divided by PQ. Here QM from figure, here we have Z2 minus Z1 divided by PQ. This is as it is empty. So here we draw from points P and Q to the XY plane. If we draw perpendiculars to the XY plane, we get cos gamma value. Cos gamma equal to the difference of the Z coordinates here. Z2 minus Z1 divided by distance PQ. Similarly, if you draw perpendiculars from the point PQ to the ZX plane means we get cos beta. Suppose the angle beta is the angle between means y-axis and line PQ. Right. Similarly, cos beta which is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by PQ. Similarly, if you draw from the points P and Q to the YZ plane, perpendiculars YZ plane, then we get cos alpha equal to x2 minus x1. This is x2 minus x1 divided by distance PQ. Got it? You understand first one. Practice that you can understand this cos beta cos gamma. Otherwise very difficult to understand. Mind it. This derivation not as why I am here proving this means directly I can give formula. If you give formula means you can ask how derive this, how to get this. That's why I am proving here. That's it. No need of this derivation. Just you can and formula here. I am giving this formula enough. Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are the direction cosines. Then how to write here? You can easily understand. You can understand here. First one enough here. Cos gamma. How it is gamma means here angle between this line and the z-axis is gamma. Means this is also gamma because alternative angles. Then cos gamma equal to adjacent by here hypotenuse z2 minus z1 divided by hypotenuse is PQ. Similarly, cos beta you take y2 minus y1 by PQ. Cos alpha equal to x2 minus x1 by PQ. What about PQ means distance formula where PQ which is equal to square root of distance formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. What are the direction concept of line passing to 2 points means cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. What is the formula? Cos alpha which is equal to x2 minus x1 by PQ. Then what is cos beta? Cos beta equal to y2 minus y1 by PQ. What is cos gamma means z2 minus z1 by PQ. PQ equal to distance formula. Formula is enough. That's it. Got it. So now I am explaining means recalling all the points. Very important. Very important. You can easily understand. So remarks here first point. Generally A, B, C are the what we call direction ratios. L, M, N are the direction cosines. Mind it. L, M, N are the direction cosines. A, B, C are the direction ratios. According to definition of direction ratios, we can write here L by A or A by L. L by A which is equal to M by B which is equal to N by C. Let us take this is K. Say this means L by A which is equal to K. Each ratio value K. This means M by B which is equal to K and N by C which is equal to K. Then what happens? L equal to AK, M equal to BK, N equal to CK. Now take L square plus M square plus N square. Substitute L, M, N values. L value this is L equal to AK whole square, M equal to BK whole square plus N equal to CK whole square. Here a square k square, bk whole square can be written as b square k square, c square k square. Taking k square common factor, here a square, k square common factor b square, k square common c square. We know that L square plus m square plus n square, which is equal to 1. This is 1. Then what we get? K square equal to 1 divided by a square plus b square plus c square. K square, which is equal to 1 by a square plus b square plus c square. Then k equal to what? Plus or minus 1 by root of a square plus b square plus c square. K value this is plus or minus 1 by root of a square plus b square plus c square. Then what about your L? L equal to C. L equal to A. Substitute K value plus or minus 1 by root of a square plus b square plus c square. Therefore, L equal to I am taking plus or minus this a divided by a into 1a divided by denominator root of a square plus b square plus c square. Similarly, m equal to plus or minus a b into 1b divided by root of a square plus b square plus c square. Similarly, a substitute k value n equal to plus or minus c into 1 c divided by root of a square plus b square plus c square. Mind it here. A, B, C are the direction ratios. L, M, N are the direction cosines. Correct. Then direction cosines in terms of direction ratios. Formula mind it. Here first L equal to plus or minus here first direction ratio a divided by root of a square plus b square plus c square. Next second one m equal to plus or minus second ratio b divided by denominator same root of a square plus b square plus c square. And here n equal to plus or minus the third ratio c divided by root of a square plus b square plus c square. In all direction cosines we can observe that denominator value remains same, only here numerator value changes. L equal to plus or minus a by root, m equal to plus or minus b by root, n equal to plus or minus c by root. Got it? A, B, C are the direction cosines. Then a by root of b square plus c square, b by root of a square plus b square plus c square, c by root of a square plus b square plus c square are the direction cosines. Very important. Just formulas are very important. Directly I am writing second one. A, B, C are the direction ratios. Then here a divided by root of a square plus b square plus c square, b by root of a square plus b square plus c square, c by root of a square plus b square plus c square are the direction cosines. Either you can take plus positive, either you can take negative. Both are same. Next, if two lines are parallel, mind it. If two lines are parallel, then the direction cosines are equal. Two lines are parallel means their direction cosines are equal. So next point, if two lines are parallel, what about their direction ratios? Then their direction ratios are proportional. Very important this is. Two lines are parallel, then their direction ratios are proportional. But in the case of direction cosines, two lines are parallel, then their direction cosines are equal, but the direction ratios are proportional. So next point, if A, B, C are the direction ratios. Next here, Here Ka, Kb, Kc. Here K is any non-constant. Are also direction ratios. Are also direction ratios. A, B, C are the direction ratios. Multiply each number by means same number to every direction ratios, but that number means non-zero number. Then Ka, Kb, Kc are also direction ratios. And we have proved condition L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. And last one we have proved let P point x1 comma y1 comma z1 and Q of x2 comma y2 comma z2 be two given points. Here PQ points here, P point, Q point. Then how to write direction ratios? The direction ratios of PQR. Next, the direction cosines of PQR. We have proved direction cosines of PQ. Direction ratios is nothing but the difference of the corresponding coordinates. Mind it here. The direction ratios of PQR means here x coordinate minus x coordinate, x2 minus x1, comma y coordinate minus y coordinate, y2 minus y1, comma z coordinate minus z coordinate, z2 minus z1. Or overall we can take here x1 minus x2 or interchange x1 minus x2, y1 minus y2, z1 minus z2. You can take either first one or second one. Both are correct. This is direction ratios of the line PQ. Then what about direction cosines? Direction cosines means here same here x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1 divided by PQ distance. We have proved y2 minus y1 divided by distance PQ. Z2 minus Z1 divided by distance PQ. Direction causes of the line PQ are x2 minus x1 by distance PQ, comma y2 minus y1 by distance PQ, comma z2 minus z1 divided by distance PQ, where PQ equal to by distance formula root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. Direction ratios of PQ are only x2 minus x1, comma y2 minus y1, comma z2 minus z1. Or you can interchange here x1 minus x2, comma y1 minus y2, comma z1 minus z2. Direction cosines of PQ here x2 minus x1 by PQ, comma y2 minus y1 by PQ, comma z2 minus z1 by PQ. Got it? So next class I am going to do problems. Basic only, formula important, that's it. What are the direction cosines, direction ratios, and what are the direction ratios of the line segment joining P and Q? What are the direction cosines of the line segment PQ? That's only formula important. Got it? Thank you.